Well, we're now 2 months into Trump 2.0, and Democrats continue to slip further and further into disarray. Just last week, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer made an abrupt 180 in voting for the Trump-aligned, Republican-backed continuing resolution. There were immediate calls for Schumer to resign or potentially be primaried by someone like AOC, but it's not just Democratic leadership that's suffering. I've got a poll here from CNN published over the weekend that showed favorability among Democrats falling to a historic low. Just 29% of respondents, that includes Democrats, Republicans, and independents, give the Democratic Party favorable remarks, including Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents. They gave terrible reviews to the Democratic Party. Again, just 29% of those left-leaners think the country and the party is heading in the right direction. For comparison, Republicans sit around 36%. But looking forward, Chuck Schumer is arguing that this continuing resolution will give Democrats more leeway before the September funding push, when Trump's policies will crumble all around him. But history shows us an impeachment, January 6th, and nearly 100 federal indictments, those only helped Trump maintain control over his party, and hoping that he will slip into chaos in the subsequent months, that will probably just push the country further and further into the red.
I think what Democrats are discovering here is that messaging is not enough. Figuring out cute little signs to hold up during Trump speeches is not enough. They have to come up with their own agenda. It's not enough to just throw themselves in front of the USAID building and say, we stand for protecting this establishment. They have to come up with how they would fix the systems that are broken, that Americans are very clearly fed up with. And they don't really have an agenda to speak of right now.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's not only that the agenda and the strategies are broken. I mean, again, I think you have to look at people at the top, right? Obviously, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they did a number on their own party. But when you look at the people who stepped forward as potential 2028 contenders, it's not giving me or really any voter across the country confidence that the party is moving in the right direction. I mean, you've got Gavin Newsom doing podcasts with Charlie Kirk, whatever. You've got Pete Buttigieg declining to run for the Senate so he can keep a presidential campaign open. And let's not forget Rahm Emanuel, previously the ambassador to Japan under Joe Biden and the mayor of Chicago for, some of those terrible years that the city had to go through, and chief of staff to Barack Obama. Who is really asking for this? It's time for Democrats to look in the mirror and realize not only can we continue with the same played out, failing, strategy book, playbook, whatever you want to call it, we have to throw out the baby with the bathwater in this position because the leadership of the party got them in this position in the first place.